Welcome, everyone, to a very sleepy episode of the Chill Spot Podcast.
Oh my god, we had Panzerotti. We gotta stop eating before we record.
We gotta
schedule our podcast recordings for before we break for food.
Definitely,
because we just come back with the itis in full force.
It's also 9:54 p.m. It is well past my bedtime. I should have been asleep 2 hours ago.
At 7 p.m.
I like to have my warm milk, and then I crawl into bed, and I get nice and cozy.
Yeah.
And I fall asleep to dreamland.
No, that was the weirdest. That was the hardest thing to get used to when we started dating. Was like
the warm milk.
Yeah, yeah, the warm milk. How I had to warm it up specifically.
Yeah. I will not go to sleep without warm milk. It has been very hard.
You won't accept it in a sippy cup either. You make me you lie on the bed and you make me feed it to you.
No, of course. Yeah. It's been hard. My mom has been away on a trip with my brother across the country, and and she reads me a bedtime story every night. So it's without her here. It's just been hard to fall asleep.
Yeah, I have to read Cameron. It's weird.
I demand the same Robert Munch story every time.
Yeah, exactly. It's
specifically Will You Always Love Me? Or
no. You it's called Cookies or something, and it's about a kid who makes disgusting cookies for her family, but makes everyone eat them, which is such a relentless and a horrible concept for a book.
The bit aside, I don't think I've ever read that book.
No.
What's it all he makes shit?
Yeah,
cookies?
she makes cookies out of Play-Doh and stuff, and
makes
her family eat them.
I just imagine this poor mother just eating it's so good. Yeah. He's like, eat it, put it in your mouth, mommy.
You're not biting it. Yeah, it's not real.
Oh, what'd you put in here? And he's just like, Tylenol. It's Play-Doh and Tylenol chip.
Yeah.
It cures the headache it'll cause.
God, I'm trying to think. What other Robert Munch books were there? I know he did The Paper Bag Princess.
That's a famous one.
That's a famous one.
It's a really good story, actually.
It is, yeah. Feminism.
Woo!
I'm trying to think. Love You Forever.
That's a really sad fucking book.
Feminism. I mean, Paper Bag Princess.
I love you forever. Feminism, right? When that baby flushed that fucking watch down the toilet?
No. I was thinking of The Paper Bag Princess, and I just said feminism.
He called it feminism?
Just called it feminism.
It is pretty much just...
Stop hugging the pillow. I want it.
Oh my God, are you serious right now? Are you fucking serious right now?
Give me a bedtime story. Give me milk. Oh my God. Okay, I know we didn't talk about this beforehand, but you had an interesting audition the other day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Tell me the story.
I don't think I've even told you this story in person yet.
No, you texted it to me as it was happening. Oh my God.
I was doing an audition in Toronto. In Toronto for this show out in Barrie, which I'm really excited about. Hopefully I get a part of it. And the audition hall is you walk into this room and there's a waiting room and they're holding auditions in a hallway, sort of like another room through an opening, but there's no door or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So you can sit in the lobby and hear the other person auditioning. I was sitting in the lobby and this woman before me, I got a weird vibe from her as a whole.
Yeah, you can usually tell if you're in the audition room if it's warm, good vibes or not. If it's gonna be the kind of audition where you talk about what you've been up to and what you've been working on for the past little bit, or if it's just sit down, shut up, and just go over your lines in your head.
And I try to be as positive as I can in the audition room.
Totally, yeah.
Because I feel like it's a tense air by default.
Yeah,
so definitely. If I come in, hey guys, how you doing? What role are you auditioning for? What'd you prepare? Just chat it up. Nothing too, I don't like to get in people's faces, but just be friendly, right? Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with being friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I walk in and she's sitting there. I'm like, hey, how are you? And she just didn't say anything. And I was just like, all right. Okay. So I sat down.
All right.
And then she stood up. I thought she was working for the company because she asked me if my audition was next. And I thought she was maybe the person taking down names.
And you should always be nice to the person running the audition room.
Yeah, because they talk.
Ushering you in and stuff. They absolutely talk.
It's a good tip for young actors, actually.
Honestly, it's a good tip for everybody. Even if you work in the business world, be nice to administrative assistants.
Administrative assistants, stuff like that.
Yeah, be nice
stage
to,
managers.
Yeah.
Always say thank you to your stage manager.
Definitely.
So this lady, she gets up. She's like, "When's your audition?" I'm like, "Oh, that's at 8:30." And she walks over to the desk where there's like some business cards.
Yeah.
And she just starts taking them. Like she took like 7 business cards and just like put them in her purse. And I was like, it's kind of weird. So she goes in. Oh, the guy comes out. He's like, "Hey, like I know you're next, but she got here like 15 minutes early. Is it okay if we take her?" And I'm obviously not going to be like, ugh. Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, go ahead."
You're gonna do the audition regardless.
Yeah, so. Like what the fuck am I doing, right? Like if I'm not out, I don't come to Toronto and have something to do later. That is never something I want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and she sits down, and the guy's like, "Hey, so it's nice to meet you. We're gonna have you read for these parts. Like, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?" And that was probably the first mistake, because she went off for like seriously, man, like 5 straight minutes, just like rambling off her experience.
Okay.
Just being like, "So my name is blah blah blah. I think I'm from this. I think I've been in lead roles, like side roles, like background roles, like these roles, these roles. I've been in front of the camera, off the camera, lead roles, stuff like this. Like just like I worked with this person, like just like bam, 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 and like nonstop." And the guys are like, oh, like they're just very like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And they had to, on 5 different occasions, tell her that it's a play.
Okay.
And not a movie?
Yes.
So she was like, for the film, and they're like, "Oh, actually, it's a stage play." They're like, and she was like, "Oh, it's not a movie." Like, no, it's a stage play.
How did you not?
And she like could not comprehend that it was a stage play.
How do you not know that?
And so right, and then what else did she say? She had to be reminded 5 times that it was a. Oh yeah, she goes, "So like, what do you do in the way of compensation?" Mm-hmm. And she was like, they're like, "Oh well, we're not going to do like salaries or payments or anything. It's going to be a profit share."
Okay.
Which, in my opinion, for community theater is beyond fair.
Yeah, because community theater, they usually don't
mostly
pay you.
Mostly just fucking bono you.
They just don't pay you, yeah.
Which is fair. That's community. What can you do?
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh, so it's a profit." Like, how does that work? So they explain a profit share. And she's like, okay. Do I get like an IMDb credit?
No.
And then they're like, "Well, it's a play. it's a play." So I'm like, this lady is nuts. She's just asking all these weird questions and like being very like you have to keep in mind that these dudes also maybe got 2 words in. Like they'd be like, okay, and like she's just interrupting like non-stop. So they finally get to the read, and they're like, "Okay, why don't you read this role for us?" And she's like, okay, I'll read the role. And now if you can imagine, she's like...
Sorry, just for context, was this one of those auditions where you like did a monologue and then they had you do a cold
read? No,
it
was just a cold read.
Just a straight up cold read?
Just a cold read.
Okay.
So she gets the work, and she's like, "I am reading a play just like this. This is like I swear to God."
Oh no!
Like, and I'm like,
she was bad at it.
Like horrendous.
Oh my God!
she didn't even get up from her chair. She just like railed off this robotic delivery, and at this point, I'm like, "What is going on? Like, am I in a fucking Twilight Zone episode? Like, what is happening?"
Yeah.
I've never seen this happen before.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, that was great." Oh, that's right. Earlier on, before she started the actual audition, she was like, "Is there any singing associated with this part?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well, no. It's like it takes place in like a bar in Barrie, so you know it's like country vibes. Like if you the mother role who you're auditioning for has like a small like jingle that she she sings along to like a country song, you know,
right.
Like if fucking Wagon Wheel came on, she
right,
would, like,
right, yeah,
jam along to Wagon.
Me, mama, like
yeah,
wagon
exactly.
wheel. It's like nothing fancy.
So after the read, she goes, "Okay, I want to talk more about the singing position." And then they're like, "Well, okay, so it's not singing.
Yeah.
It's just like a little tune, like not a big deal." And the director at this point has like stood up, and like you've seen this before, like when you want to get people out of a room. And you're the leader, like sort of in charge of the room.
Yeah.
You stand up and go like, "Well, hey, it was nice to meet you," and you shake, and like that's the way to get out.
That's the body language to like insinuate like it's time to leave. You're all done.
Yeah. So he has stood up at this point.
Yeah.
And is like, "Okay, well," and like did the hand thing.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I would like to sing for you." And I swear to God, Sam, it gets so much better. The guy goes, he like dumbstruck, is just like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, right? Why not?" And he sits back down, and she goes, "Okay, I'm gonna sing you an excerpt from my favorite singer, Alicia Keys."
Oh, that's right. You told me about this.
And then she goes, She sings. So goes, here's the song "Fallen," and she goes, and I wish I was joking. She goes, I'm falling in. And then doesn't continue. She stopped there. She literally did that one thing and then did not continue.
Wait, so she goes, I keep on falling in.
No, and she went in and then stopped. And then fucking stopped. So at this point, I had to leave the room because the whole time, like, I'm keeping my cool. Like, I'm trying to be professional. I left my coat, and I walked out into the room, out of the audition room, and fucking died. Like, I was like, like, I'm crying.
You know what
I'm
love?
like keeled over.
You know
like, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Is that, like,
obviously those guys, like, can't, like, the folks in the room, like, can't react. But I just, like, imagine if you had, like, walked into the room, like, next to that room.
Yeah.
And you just hear the, like, faint echoing of Cameron just going, like, just, like, dying.
I had to keep it under wraps,
well, this woman
right?
is, like, so, like,
I'm
what did you
I'm
think
outside,
of Alicia Keys?
like, crying.
Oh, my God.
So I compose myself and I come back inside. And she's left. She's like, okay, like, thank you so much. Hear from you soon. And she walks out and she took like 12 more business cards, but then stayed for like another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I get in my audition, and the guys who are doing the audition were like, what the fuck was that all about? Like she was like, she was nuts. And like I noticed her purse was still in the chair in the front room. So I was like, guys, no. I mouthed to them. I'm like, she's still
there. Yeah.
Like, I had to be like, well, because in the interest of, like, I don't know how this fucking woman is going to react.
True. She could just, like, fling back in and be like, what? And
exactly.
Just, like, tear you
she kind of had, like,
shreds.
a Spanish accent.
Just, like, murder you.
And I was really just like, I don't know, guys. Like, you gotta shh. And they were like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was my Tuesday, I think, last week. That was the most interesting audition experience I've ever seen.
Amazing.
That has never happened to me before. And I'm glad that's chronicled now.
Yeah.
In the lexicon.
Yeah.
In the fucking canon of our channel.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's got to be the best room to walk into after.
Oh, like I already wasn't nervous.
You
but
could
like,
literally like give like the coldest cold read and fucking kill it. They'd be like, yeah, sure.
At that point, right? Like, it doesn't even matter.
Hire him, sure. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's amazing. I wish I had a story like that. I really don't.
No, yeah.
I've been really, like, lucky. We've been auditioning. You and I both have been auditioning for this theater festival in Toronto. And it's one of those festivals where, like, the same people tend to come back and do it every year.
I get that impression, too.
So, like, everyone's been really friendly. And, like, everyone's been like, oh, you auditioned for this before. I did it last year. You know, it's like this, that, and the other thing. And, like, everyone's just been, like, really, like, nice. And, oh, God, I did have one kind of, like, awkward... Because I had an audition, like, earlier today. I had, like, a slightly awkward moment where I kind of wanted to, like, punch myself in the head. So, we're sitting there waiting, and, like, people like me, I'm one of them, have printed out the play. It's a 10-minute play festival.
Right.
So the scripts are, like, 10 pages long.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And so, like, people have printed out their sides to, like, do a cold read for, because that's all you have to do, really. And the woman sitting next to me is like, oh, yeah, like, I recognize this writer. He's written for the festival before. And the other two people were like, oh, yeah, like, this guy, yeah, he's really nice. Or no, they didn't say he's really nice, because I ruined the story already. But I was like, oh. And then, like, the room kind of went silent, and I was like, is he nice? And everyone was like, they kind of looked at me like I had 5 heads, and they were like, I don't know, yeah. And then the one lady was like, writers aren't usually involved in, like, rehearsals. And I was like, no, I know. I know that the playwright isn't usually there, like, breathing down your neck as a part of, like, auditions and rehearsals and stuff like that. But, like...
So wait, the writer was present in the audition?
For this one, yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah. But I was like, is he nice? And she was like, yeah, but, like, you know, the writer's not usually around. And I was like, I know. It just seemed like a nice thing to say. Everyone just kind of like looked at me weird.
I'm confused. Like, what you said? Hang on.
Okay,
what?
I told the story weird. So, yes, the writer was there.
Okay.
But before we even knew that the writer was there for the audition, one of the people who I was auditioning with recognized his name because I guess he submitted a play for this festival before.
Right.
And she's done the festival before. So she recognized his name and was like, oh, like, it's cool that he submitted another play for this festival. And other people were like, yeah, his play was really good. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, cool, cool, cool. Everybody seems to know him. And I was like, I don't know, is he nice? Like, you know, like, they didn't really say anything afterwards. The conversation kind of just, like, died.
Oh, so they, like, got weird on you? Because you were, like,
I was just trying to, like,
be
keep
nice?
Yeah, because I just, like, exchanged a nicety.
Bunch of fucking weirdos, okay. It's like, whatever then, like, fuck.
Yeah, I just, like, I knew it was a weird thing to say, but, like, it was a weird point in the conversation where, like, nobody, like, they kind of, like, opened up the conversation to be about somebody, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you and I, like, if I meet someone new and you and I are talking about the new person and I'd be like, yeah, so I met Jacob. And
what's
just,
up
like,
with Jacob?
It's like, oh, okay. You know, they were like, oh yeah, this playwright has submitted to this festival before. And they were like, yeah, he has. And I'm sitting there like with no. And
what's his name?
I don't know. Is he nice?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah. And they're like,
Sure.
Yeah.
The playwright isn't usually in the rehearsal room.
That's not why I'm asking that question.
Whoa.
That's not why I'm asking that question. I'm
Yeah.
just, I don't know, being nice.
Don't you hate that when you ask
Leave
a
me alone
question?
about it.
You ask a question out of like one intention, and then it's assumed by everyone else that it's just like this other intention. It's usually a really negative thing.
Yeah,
and it's
especially
like,
because, like, well, you know me, like, I care a lot that people think that I'm smart. So, like, to have someone think that I just, like, said something without thinking about it.
Like, you just had, like, a fart and was just like, oh.
Yeah, and that they need to, like, explain it to me. They need to, like, step out of the realm of, like, the conversation to, like, explain something to me. It's like,
right.
No, that's not why I said that. I know what I'm talking about.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I try for the most part to, like, talk about what I know about, you know, make statements and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to dictate yourself properly, right? You don't want to be like...
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to come off as someone who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, no, there's nothing worse than, like knowing that somebody doesn't know what they're talking about and they're, like, talking out of their ass and making stuff up and just trying to, like, take up space and take up time. Speaking
of talking out of their ass and doing something that they've never done before, it was your cousin's birthday. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Whenever the 18th was at this point.
So I'm pretty sure that was last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Last Monday.
Yep.
Sam's cousin decided to go... Excuse me.
Get your yawn out before you tell.
Decided to go axe throwing, something I've never done before.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. Mm-hmm. And something creepy happened to me, actually. In the morning, what Kelsey did was that she sent out...
Shout out to Kelsey.
Hey, yo, Kelsey. Yo, she owns Mel's Diner in Kitchener.
She doesn't
She's
own
the
it.
She's the CEO of Mel's Diner.
She may as well. She's there all the fucking time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
She sent me the voucher beforehand. It was like, you need to sign this.
Like a waiver.
Digitally.
You have to sign a waiver, yeah.
Yeah, I think they get it. And then send it back to Kelsey so that we're all registered, right? And it's like, okay, sure, whatever. I kind of thought that was neat, actually. It's a better way of doing it than just having to wrangle all that when you show up.
Yeah.
But then, to this day, actually, like a couple hours ago, I've been getting nothing but axe throwing commercials for that specific place.
See, that's so weird because I haven't.
I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm on YouTube all the time, right? Like I always watch YouTube videos and stuff. So it's just like Bad Axe, is what they're called.
Yeah, Bad Axe Throwing.
Shout out to Bad Axe Throwing.
We're not sponsored by them or supported by them monetarily at
all.
But although if they wanted to, I would fucking do it.
Oh yeah,
it's a great place. The instructor that we had was super nice, not too like masculine or anything like that. It was just like friendly and cool and like ran the games. Basically, what they do when you like have a party there is they let you do they teach you how to throw the axes and they let you do some practice throws.
Yeah.
And then they have like games like associated with like throwing axes and you compete with your friends and
totally
like fun little games and stuff like that.
It was super fucking
and, like,
cool.
Yeah, the guy was like super cool, super nice. It was a cool environment. You know, if you have a party there, you're allowed to like bring your own drinks, bring your own food. You don't have to buy their you don't have to pay an exorbitant amount of money for their food.
Exactly. Can I get a beer? It's like, it'll be $25.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, it was a great time.
I unfortunately had to go late because I had to meet with my writers group, which was we meet in Toronto. So that was an ordeal. Great time, mind you. Yeah. Shout out to my writers group. And I got there late. Unfortunately, I got there
you
very
had like
late.
An hour before we were done, before our time slot
Try
was
like
done.
half an hour. I showed up like 8 o'clock. You guys were done at like 8:30.
Yeah.
I felt bad, but like unfortunately, you know, commitments and different things.
Yeah. You can only get out of Toronto so fast.
Oh, exactly, right? And I Toronto to Kitchener is a fucking trek and a half.
Yeah.
So I show up, and Sam's whole family is there. They're all throwing axes, come and say hi to everyone. It was nice to see everyone again. And I take a couple practice throws, and like I'm like, this is pretty cool. Like this is like conducive. And like what I really liked about axe throwing, it reminded me of football. It's all form based, right? Like it's all based on
or like golf
stance. Golf is a good. Darts is another good example.
Yeah.
Darts is the most literal example.
Yeah.
But no, it's very much like it's less about how much strength you throw. It is incorporated, but it's much more your arm position and your leg position.
Yeah, like you can't
step in.
Like with most things that you throw, you're used to like putting your wrist into it.
Yeah.
Like with basketball, it's like all about the wrist.
Definitely.
But with axe throwing, you have to keep your wrist like really like firm when you throw. Like you can't bend them or anything.
Exactly.
Like,
you don't even want to like because like you said, when it comes to throwing a ball, you put your arm back and wrist into it.
Yeah.
But axe throwing is like you have to keep your wrist like solid.
Yeah.
And you want to like just like instead of like throw it, you just have to let go.
Yeah.
You just have to kind of just be like
I found that towards the end, a lot of my like chutzpah was coming from like my core.
Yeah.
Like I would activate my core and like throw from my center. Yeah, it wasn't so much like wrists and arms and stuff.
Because I got there so late, unfortunately. The guy was like, we're going to do our last tourney of the night. Or game of the night, which was a tournament.
Yeah.
So we got split up into teams, got put into brackets. And I was actually kicked out first round by your mom.
Yeah.
But she was nice enough to be like, well, I've been here all night. Like, why don't you take my position?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. Like, thanks. I appreciate that. And I proceeded to fucking win the whole tournament.
Yeah, Cam fucking dark horsed us all.
Yeah.
Just came up out of nowhere. Young rookie. Stars in his eyes.
I don't know what came. I took my jean jacket off. Yeah. And I was like, I think I'm ready to fucking play. I'm not here to fuck around, Uncle Bruce. Shout out to Uncle Bruce. That's Kelsey's dad. He's the greatest.
Yeah.
Well, no, I feel like I've always felt close to your family. I feel like they've been nothing but welcoming to me in our relationship.
Yeah, they like you.
But I have to say, I really feel like I've proved something to them.
Well, because
that
like,
night.
Yeah, my family can be kind of like conservative.
He's not one of those pussy boys.
Exactly. My family can be kind of conservative, and like they still are. They love their heteronormative ways. Mm-hmm. So the fact that like my boyfriend like won at something so masculine as like throwing axes, and like he barely needed any practice beforehand, like
Uncle Ken, the gruffiest of the uncles, was like
give you like a firm
I came on and he was like, good throwing today. I felt so honored. I was like, thank you Uncle Ken, and I gave him a big hug. It was a really great night.
No, like,
I would go again.
Because you can throw axes, my family trusts you.
To protect you.
To like support a family.
Like we'll be like, our family like 10 years from now, we'll be like walking down the street and like, you know, a crazy white guy will like pop out of his car with like 6 knives and he's just like, and I'm like, and I reach into my backpack and throw a hatchet at him.
Yeah, you like pull out an axe. You like have it like folded up in the bottom of like a diaper bag. I like flex my arms and my shirt rips off, and I have giant shoulders and traps from all the axe throwing that I do. The axe throwing that you've been doing on the low. Yeah. Everything else is like flabby and disgusting, but my upper body is like just like so ripped. I throw 40-pound axes with one hand. If you wanted to do that, I'd be down. What, like get jacked, but nowhere else on my body? Yeah, if you just wanted to be extremely top heavy. I look like fucking Wario. Yeah. Just jacked little arms. Yeah. Start eating garlic by the head. Yeah. Well, the thing with that is, like, I don't have, like, washboard abs, so, like, I would get all top heavy and just be heavy. Just fall over all the time. I would just be a heavy boy. I'd be a big, thick boy. Heavy boy. Yeah. You wanted to talk about The Rock. Well, yeah. So, I feel like Dwayne Johnson made it very clear at the beginning of his acting career that he didn't want to be known as The Rock anymore.
At least, yeah.
That The Rock was his WWE name, and like when referring to him as an actor, he wanted his name to be Dwayne Johnson. And I just feel like since then, people have perpetually just like called him Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Cock Johnson.
Actually, I should go to his Instagram because I'm pretty sure his Instagram is just Dwayne Johnson.
Is it? I thought it was still The Rock.
I don't think so.
Well, take a look, see.
Because he just doesn't... Like, he doesn't want to go by that anymore. And I feel bad because he's done so much work.
No, he's really done a lot of fucking acting. That guy is, like, the busiest dude in Hollywood, I have to say.
Yeah. Maybe if I type in The Rock.
Did you just type in Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, no. His Instagram name is The Rock.
Yeah. So it's like I don't think he necessarily doesn't want to be known as The Rock.
Either that or he's just like leaned into it.
I just don't think he wants to be professionally known as The Rock.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I just don't think when it comes to movies.
Yeah. Like
look at Dave Bautista, right? Like that dude has really come around and is like a fucking actor now. Like dude was in Blade Runner 2049. And, you know, apparently, I unfortunately haven't seen the movie, but I have a couple friends who are talking about the particular scene that involves him, which is, like, the best scene in the movie.
Interesting.
So, I haven't even seen the first Blade Runner,
I mean,
actually.
I get, like, yeah, we forget because it's funny, but, like, he does give a really good performance as Drax.
He does, yeah.
And that's like, acting. Like, it's really hard, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And he, like, formed that character, and he did the work, and, it's funny.
He played a tiny role, actually the antagonist role, in a movie produced by RZA. It's a kung fu movie produced by RZA called Man with the Iron Fists.
Okay.
And it's about this dude played by RZA who gets his hands cut off because of some feud or yakuza, like some dumb reason he gets his hand cut off.
Yeah.
So then he has this blacksmith form him like metal hands,
fists,
like from the forearm up.
Yeah.
And the idea is like, I can make you these metal hands, but you'll never be able to use them like real hands. But then, like, through, like, the magic of ki and perseverance, he, like, becomes able to use them. Mm-hmm. And Bautista plays this character named Brass Body.
Right.
Who can, like, he's
Iron Fist and Brass Body.
I know.
Got it.
So, he's, like, normal looking, but then he can, like, turn himself into brass from, like, head to toe. And there's this amazing moment where Brass Body comes out and, like, reveals his power. And RZA's just like, I thought your clan died out. Bautista goes, I know. I killed them. Earlier in the movie, he like rips some dude's throat out. It's hilarious.
Oh,
that's a really cheesy movie.
Yeah. I think RZA likes those kinds of movies, though. He seems
Does
very
he?
into like. Yeah, I was reading like an article. I used to have a Rolling Stone subscription when I was a teenager because, unlike most teenagers who read teen magazines, or like most teenagers who didn't read magazines, I thought that Rolling Stone was like the magazine.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Rolling Stone was a be-all and end-all magazine.
Yeah, I thought Rolling Stone was like the best entertainment magazine out of all the entertainment magazines. So, I remember reading like a thing about RZA and how he wanted to focus on making like kung fu movies, and he was like learning from like Jet Li and stuff like that. And like I think like Danny Trejo was in a couple of the or something.
I think it wasn't Danny Trejo. It was oh Jesus, I could be totally wrong about this, but who played the white cowboy with the prisoner in Hateful Eight?
Kurt Russell?
Thank you. I believe Kurt Russell is in The Man with the Iron Fist.
Okay.
And he has this like gun knife. He like cuts people up and shoots them. It's weird.
Okay.
I think he dies though.
He cuts them up and then shoots them?
Yeah, it's like a gun knife.
Just like slice. And then he like shoots the little pieces.
Well, no, there's like this like point where this dude comes up.
He cuts you into cubes and then just like shoots each individual cube.
He's a gourmet chef. That's what Gordon Ramsay would do if he was a killer.
Yeah.
He'd cut you up and shoot you.
Yeah.
In that order.
Yeah.
But no, he like stabs someone with like the front of the gun knife.
Yeah.
And like rakes it up their body and then like shoots them in the neck. So it's like chink.
God, at that point you're already dead. What is the point?
Oh, because it's graphic. It sure looked cool.
Okay.
I gotta hand it to them. It's funny. I saw the movie in high school and I remember not liking it. But I also feel like back in high school I didn't really have a critical
You didn't
lens.
have taste, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have anything, right? Like
Yeah.
that's fucking high school.
Yeah. I feel like in high school I just like it was kind of the opposite for me. I liked everything.
Right.
And I just like I had no critical lens. So like when something was wrong or when something was done poorly, I kind of just blew past it.
Yeah.
And I'm like still kind of unlearning how to not blow past things that I don't like.
Right.
You know, if I don't like something, I'm very used to saying like, oh, it wasn't the best, but like it wasn't terrible either. But it's like, no, I didn't like the thing.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion.
Yeah.
It just becomes a problem when you act like, not you specifically, but you, royal you, act like a total fucking dickhead because of your opinion.
Although there was one movie that I can confidently say that I didn't like when I was a kid into a teenager. My whole life, I've never liked this movie. And that movie is Cats and Dogs.
Oh, with the talking cats and dogs.
Yeah, the spy dogs and the spy cats.
I remember that movie,
Their enemies.
I remember the trailers for that movie.
Yeah. It's a bad movie. Like, I just, like, that was the first time I ever sat in a movie theater, and I was like, I'm not having a good time.
You know what's a really fucking bad movie?
What?
Now You See Me, with Jesse Eisenberg.
I didn't mind that movie.
I fucking hate that movie. I hated that movie.
Oh, it's fine.
No, the reason why I hate that movie is because, first of all, the premise is awesome. Yeah. It's like magicians robbing banks, I think, is a good setup for a very visually interesting movie.
Yeah, like
with
using...
like cool misdirections and like crazy effects. Like that that to me sounds like a great setup. But they botched it, in my opinion, because the whole movie is like Jesse Eisenberg's gang and like Woody Harrelson's in it too.
Yeah.
They're like ragtag and like Dave Franco.
Yeah.
And
Dave Franco is in the second one.
No, he's in the first one.
I thought he didn't show up until the second one.
Nope, he's in the first one.
Okay.
It's Dave Franco, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, and
such a crush on Dave Franco.
And Isla Fisher, is that her name?
Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher?
I think the S is silent. Did you know that Isla Fisher is married to Sacha Baron Cohen?
I did know that.
What?
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
What a weird combo.
Well, that's like, so we'll talk on that in a minute.
I mean that with no disrespect, but it's just like the last two people.
Yeah.
I expected to get along. It's like, how do you go and tell your wife Isla Fisher that you're gonna go make fucking what's his like latest movie that he made that like pissed people off?
Oh, I don't know.
He made the Dictator or something.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How do you tell your wife that you're gonna go make Bruno? You know.
But more on that in a minute. But the reason why Now You See Me fucking grinds my gears is because they go the whole movie being like, these magicians are just really fucking smart and really good at being magicians.
Yeah.
And then the last second, Mark Ruffalo is like, magic is real. And it's like,
we've been wizards this whole time.
What? Bruce Banner? What? Are you fucking kidding me? That throws all of the concept of the movie out the window.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck everything we set up in this movie, magic is real.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, great. And then they made a sequel. And I heard the sequel was better. I didn't go see it.
Daniel Radcliffe is in the sequel.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Is he a wizard? Because magic is real. You know, he's Harry Pooper?
Reprise his role as Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you bring up Isla Fisher and Sacha Baron Cohen, we had a funny moment when me and a couple friends went to go see Us. And at the end, the very last credits, there's like special thanks to Chelsea Peretti. And then Brad and Sydney were like, why the fuck was Chelsea Peretti being thanked? I was like, she's married to Jordan Peele. And they were both like,
they didn't know?
No, they didn't know.
Oh, that's so cool. I guess like neither of them really talk about it. I don't know how I found out. Oh, you know what it was? Because when Get Out came out, there was a really interesting op-ed about how whether or not Jordan Peele being married to a white woman like affected this issue at all, like affected the movie being made at all, and like the topics that were being talked about in the movie at all.
Right.
And it was basically like, nah, like Jordan Peele is still a black man. He has to maneuver through this world as a black man. So like him being married to a white woman is a non-issue. It doesn't like cancel out his blackness, so it's fine.
I'm excited
but like,
for you to
yeah. That's how I learned that like Jordan Peele and Chelsea Peretti were married.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's
they
really
have
cool.
a son together.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yep. They don't post him either, or like about him.
Well, is Jordan Peele even really on social media? I don't really think I follow him or anything.
Yeah. I think he's one of those people who does the bare minimum when it comes to social media, because like he understands that like, you know, it's part of the game right now, and like if you want to have like if you want people to care about the shit that you do, then you kind of still have to like generate content.
Sure, yeah.
I think that's the hardest thing about building a brand, because I've started thinking like, you know, if I want to do the acting thing, I should like start building a brand and like have a social media presence so that like, you know, I can get more people to, you know, like just build buzz around stuff that I'm doing and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's just like, you kind of have to constantly be posting content. Like, even if you're not doing anything, because you don't want to be one of those accounts that only post stuff when you have stuff going on.
I guess, yeah.
Because it's inhuman. You know, it feels robotic if the only time you see an account have activity or like be active on social media is when they have a show to promote.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? It feels a little impersonal.
Okay, well, I thought when you said stuff going on, I thought you meant like, I'm like, oh, God, I only ever post on Instagram when I have stuff to show.
No, by stuff going on, I mean like
work,
pictures of your dog and like.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I really stay away from Instagram. I don't like social media much
anymore.
Anymore.
It's really hard because like lately I've been just like trying to take a break from social media for my mental health. Really,
it's really good for your mental health.
Social media.
To take a break, I mean.
Social media when you're like a struggling actor can kind of drive you insane because the second that anybody you know gets something, you're like, oh cool, like I'm happy for you, but also like, am I falling behind? Am I not doing enough work? Am I not as successful because this person got into a show or is doing, or you know, has posted their like 8th modeling shot of the year, or like is taking pictures of them on set, and it's like, how we both have the same theater degree, how are you on like film sets and I can't get onto anything for anything,
right? Like,
what the fuck is going, and you just like, you worry and you compare and you like, I shouldn't say you because I feel like I'm the only one who does this. I'm extremely hard on myself and like raise impossible standards for myself, so like I mean,
I don't think you're alone in that behavior.
Exactly. So like, looking at social media is hard because like, and obviously everybody lies on social media.
Oh, social media is a huge lie.
Only post the good stuff, but like, it just, when it seems like everybody is doing so much better than you, it's hard to want to do better for yourself because you're like, oh well, I'm already like 15,000 steps behind these people. Yeah. So what's the and we all started at the same starting point relatively. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah, it is, in my opinion, it is. I could. This might sound cocky. If I wanted to, I could seem very successful on Instagram. Yeah. You just have to take the right pictures. Yeah. You just have to, like, I don't know. What's stopping me from the next time I look in any sort of art? Like, the next time I'm in Toronto. Yeah. I take a picture in front of some fucking arts installation. Yeah. Like, wearing, like, a nice outfit.
Or honestly,
and
even
the caption is, like, on that TO grind.
Yeah.
I'm in Toronto for fucking nothing. Yeah. But people are like, whoa, he's in Toronto. Yeah.
I've been to Toronto 2 times this month for auditions, and if I took a different selfie each time, because I've done 3 auditions in like 2 weeks, and
it's been a busy month for all of us.
Thank fucking God, I feel so much better about it. But like, if I took a selfie every time, it was like, audition time, audition time, audition time. It would look like, you know, for someone to see me on social media, it would be like, oh man, like Sam's going on a lot of auditions. She must be like getting a lot of work and like going out there.
See her out there.
You don't even have to be in a show, you know, like as an actor who's unrepresented and not in the union, just going on auditions is successful enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So like, if I saw someone that was like going on an audition 3 times in 1 month, I'd be like, holy fucking shit. This person is killing it right now.
Yeah, we're also.
I'm not like. Yeah. I'm not gonna like. It's dope that I set this up for myself. You know, I'm really proud of like all the work that I've gotten. You know, I like booked like 2 paid gigs this month and 3 auditions, and like that's really good. But I am nowhere near like getting towards what I guess I am a little bit, but like I'm not really.
Well, nowhere near is like not necessarily a negative thing. You are farther than you were last year. Yeah, you're just not, you know, I'm not close to my goal either.
Yeah, right? I'm not close to getting a big break or anything.
And the thing is
I'm not like breaking out onto the scene by any means.
And the people you were fretting about on Instagram aren't either.
No, exactly.
So when it comes to social media, just remind yourself that everyone's a huge fucking liar on social media.
Exactly. And it's like, it's ridiculous because you have to kind of play the game, you know? Yeah. Like we can talk all day about how like everyone's fucking lying and we appreciate the truth. So like we just take breaks from social media every now and again. But at the end of the day, like we have to play the fucking game. You're gonna see me posting fucking selfies of myself being like, you're about to like go to rehearsal, blah blah blah, for like another unpaid gig. Yeah, that's gonna be seen by like 3 people.
Yeah, who cares though?
It's part of the grind, and I understand it and I respect it, but also like I recognize that I have to participate in a lie.
I think you like this on. There's a tweet that I saw that really resonated with me. It was like, oh, my high school like peers who went into business get to like go home in their like 3-story house and like cook dinner with their love of their lives on like marble countertops. Oh, bunch of boring losers. I got an improv show at 1 a.m.
Anyways, I have an improv show at 11:30 tonight.
Yeah. That's really funny to me.
Yeah,
I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah,
been there.
Sounds like it. Yeah. They're slaves to capitalism, and I'm chasing the dream.
Hey, man.
Everyone come see my unpaid community show gig.
Hey, man, the amount of times...
8:30 on a Thursday.
It was really, like... It's tough, right? Especially for being an actor. Like, you almost want to just... Like, there's so many times, especially last year, that I thought like, maybe I can just do something else for the rest of my life.
See, that's the thing that scares me, is that I can't do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am not good at anything else. I mean, like, I'm pretty decent at, like, my customer service jobs for what it's worth. Like, I'm pretty good at my personal shopping job.
Right.
But, the stress associated with it is, like, not worth it. That's the thing for me, is that, like, every job that you have is going to have a certain aspect to it that you don't like, but everybody's threshold is different for what they can take.
I agree.
So, like, for me, I personally can take, as frustrating as it is, I can take the odd hours that come with acting, and I can take the sort of disorganization that tends to go with it all the time. Mm-hmm. The scheduling mishaps and like people not knowing what they're doing and not really giving you straight answers and getting back to you at weird times and like, you know, mentioning something to someone and then only having them follow up with you about it 3 months later and stuff like that. Like I remember like I brought up an idea with one of our friends. I was like, hey, like I want to do a production of Matt and Ben, which is a play that Mindy Kaling wrote before anything. But basically Matt and Ben was like Mindy Kaling's big break. She wrote Matt and Ben with her friend, and it was off Broadway, it was off Broadway, and then like fucking like she got discovered by Greg Daniels and brought her in, and she got hired on The Office, and the rest is history.
Right. Greg Daniels and something else. Who's the other guy?
Mike Schur, but Greg Daniels was the one who like found her.
That's cool.
So I was like, I want to do a production of Matt and Ben, and I emailed him about it, and then 3 months later, I was like at a show that his theater company was doing. He was like, "Oh, so I never got back to you about this, but like Matt and Ben," and I was like, "Never mind." You know, I just
moments
never
passed.
mind. Yeah.
I still think you should do that.
Well, it's hard because Matt and Ben, for people who don't know, is a play obviously written by Mindy Kaling and her friend Brenda. I forget her last name.
Brenda Song from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody fame?
From The Social Network.
Whoa! She fucked Mark Zuckerberg.
No, it's a play about it's always supposed to be two women, but they're playing Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
It's really funny.
Before
it's a good-ass concept.
Before Good Will Hunting fame. And basically the concept is that one day the script from Good Will Hunting falls from the ceiling, completely finished and ready to go. And Ben Affleck wants to like produce the movie, and then like Matt Damon is kind of like flip-flopping about it, and they're like, oh, like what should we do, like where did this come from, should we do like nothing just like falls in our lap this easily, there's got to be some kind of like catch with this. And it's all about them like being young whippersnappers from Boston doing like Boston accents and like debating about whether or not they should make this movie. And it's like Good Will Hunting is like the movie that broke Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
It's what made them like a pair.
It was what made them famous.
For sure.
They made this movie, like they wrote the movie, the real movie Good Will Hunting, and then like
it's a good movie.
It was like an underdog success, and they won an Oscar for it. Mm-hmm. And then ever since then we've had Matt Damon and Ben Affleck as movie stars,
and they went on to be terrible people.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Kinda.
I was just pouring some tea over here.
Ooh, sorry. I had to blow on that tea. It's too hot.
Good tea.
Before I sipped it.
We're actually sitting in giant teacups. we record this at Wonderland after the park closes.
Yeah.
And we sit in the teacups.
Yeah.
So we might have to just keep an eye out for security.
Yeah, it was... Sorry, I thought I saw someone. But yeah, it's hard to do. It would be hard to do a production of Matt and Ben outside of Boston because, especially now, because the script is rife with early 2000s references that are specific to Boston.
Oh, really, eh?
So it's like, unless you're like me and you're like a weird pop culture junkie who can kind of like laugh at these things and understand them, it would be hard to like do something so specific to Boston in like early 2000s.
Yeah, it's not exactly a broad demographic.
Kitchener in 2019.
Yeah, you might get some silent audience members.
Yeah, exactly.
Which would be awkward.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a great script, but like Kitchener's just not ready for that.
It's not ready for that early 2000s Boston vibe.
No, it's not.
We'll bring it one day.
Yeah,
we'll bring it hard.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
That's a great concept, though.
Yeah,
it's really,
and
really
it's
funny.
like it's it would be really cheap to do because like it's minimal set, and like you just wear like the classic early 2000s wear, so like velour Puma sweatsuits and a backwards baseball cap. It's all you got. It's all you need. It's fine.
Oh God.
Yeah. I would love to do it one day, but in Boston.
You could go to Boston.
Yeah, maybe rewind back to 2003.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Could we take a small break?
Sure.
If that's all right?
Yeah. We'll be back after these messages.
All right, we are back from our break.
All right, we are back from our poop break.
We have a special
shit to take.
guest. My dog.
Is she really a special guest? She's always here.
She is usually always here.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Hobbsy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dog. Your dog.
What's wrong, Sam? What's on your mind?
Maybe I'm just too used to cats. And cats are wholly independent.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, I'm used to, like, cuddling and stuff, but I'm not used to an animal, like, needing so much.
Yeah. Hobbs, my dog Hobbs is a tiny teacup toy poodle.
Like, I
4
love
pounds.
Hobbs, but, like, usually by, like, the third or fourth straight day in a row, I'm, like, getting kind of sick of Hobbs' shit. So, like, one time I was taking a shower, and...
Oh, this is funny.
No one was in the house, and I put Hobbs on your bed. Okay, so for context, if you were going to leave Hobbs by herself, she typically needs to be in, like, one of the, like, 3 or 4 places where she's most comfortable, which is either your parents' bed, which is very rare, your brother's bed, which doesn't happen so much anymore now that he's moved out, and your bed, or, like, maybe the living room couch, or one of the, like, massive pillows that we have for her. But, like, the living room couch is another one. So I was relaxing in your bed, and then you left to, like, go run an errand, and I got up to, like, take a shower. So I left Hobbs on the bed, and I, like, left her with her pillow so that she would, I set her up, Yeah. I set her up.
Yeah.
And I get in the shower is on, so, like, the water is running, and then I also had a podcast going on the wireless speaker in the bathroom.
It was our podcast.
And I heard her, like, screaming.
Yeah.
Over all of that noise. Over, like, the water hitting the porcelain and the fucking podcast, like, blaring because, you have to make it louder to get over the sound of the water.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, like, podcast blaring, water running, I hear this fucking dog. And I'm the only person in the whole house because she wants off the bed. Because she wants to go where the people are, but I'm in the fucking shower. So I have to be like, I have to, like, get out of the shower, put her on the floor, just have her follow me to the bathroom to find out that she can't cuddle with me in the shower. She's only gonna go want back on top of the bed. And I, like, got into your bedroom. I'm sopping wet. There is still conditioner in my hair. And I, like, look at her, and I'm like, Hobbs, you're a member of this family, and I have a lot of love for you. But I'm getting real sick of your shit. I'm getting real sick of your shit.
She's a baby.
Oh, she's a baby.
She's just a little baby.
Yeah, she's a baby, all right, because I have to get out of the shower to help her crying.
Well, to be fair, okay, so in Hobbs' defense, I will say, and I don't expect you to know this because you don't live with the dog every day. Like, it's fine. But in those situations where you need to leave Hobbs alone, she's best left on the floor. Like, put the big red pillow on the floor, and then leave her alone.
Right.
She'll wander the floor. She'll eventually sit on the pillow.
Right.
And that'll be the end of that. Because she likes her freedom. She's a little free puppy.
Does she? Because she seems to love being chained to people no matter what.
Well, I mean, if we're sitting down, she's going to want to sit down. But there's times, like, when me and Hobbs are alone that she'll want to get up and walk around. Yeah. Like frequently, actually. Like, sometimes if it's late at night, where I'm over here playing games, and Hobbs is next to me, she'll get up and like, I want to go down. So you put her down, and she'll just walk around.
It's just so weird. I'm so used to all of my cats just like wanting to be by themselves and not touched by anyone.
Well, cats are cats are like, I always say,
I'm fine with that.
I've always said cats are more like roommates as opposed to like pets.
Yeah.
Because, they live in the house you do.
It depends on the cats though. Like we were looking this up today. I've had orange cats my entire life.
This is interesting, actually.
It didn't happen that, like, we didn't plan it that way, but I've always had orange cats. I'm not obsessed with orange cats. Please don't. My biggest fear is that, like, because I've had orange cats my whole life, people will, like, buy me trinkets as, like, little shitty gifts.
Right.
For, like, Secret Santas and stuff like that are, like, orange cat themed. I'm not obsessed with orange cats. I've just had them my whole life. It just happened that way. And I've been, like, reading, like, memes and stuff recently that, like, people seem to think that orange cats are assholes.
Yeah.
And, behind every meme is, like, a little bit of truth.
Oh, yeah.
So I looked it up, and, like, colloquially, there's no science behind it, but, like, colloquially, it's been people's experience that orange cats are assholes.
Definitely.
Like, calicos and, like, gray cats are angels. Black cats, too. I've never met a black cat that wasn't, like, super affectionate and really well behaved.
Actually, my friend
and,
Julia has a mean black cat.
Yeah?
Oh, he's a fluffy boy.
Okay.
And he just likes his space.
Okay.
But whenever I see pets like that, like, finish your thought, of course. But
well, I've always met black cats who are like super duper nice and like love to be around people. If there's like a party happening, they're like in the party,
right,
and like hanging around. They're not like, they don't like disappear the same way that my orange boys always have. So yeah, my orange cats are assholes and they don't need anybody or anything. Well, they just demand food at the proper times and, ask that you empty their shit box every once in a while, and that's about it.
Well, my favorite thing about Apollo, which is Sam's current orange cat, is that he's the most transparent cat on the planet. Yeah. You can see right through him.
Yeah.
Like, Apollo hates me for a variety of reasons. Probably a variety of valid reasons, I'm sure. I try to go along with the cat, I do. There was a period when I was working in Kitchener, so I was living with Sam and her mom, and fucking me and that cat, we would just bump heads. Yeah. Because he would try to fuck with me.
No, you would always fuck with him first. You would literally come in the door.
Not always first.
You would come in the door and be like, "Hi, Sam, I'm gonna go fuck with Apollo."
Right.
And like.
But when I say that, all I mean is I'm gonna find him and pet him. I never bothered. I'm gonna walk up and punch him.
No, sometimes you would walk up to him and you'd be like, "Hey, what the fuck is up, asshole?" And like, he can hear you.
Okay, but the cat can't speak fucking English.
He can hear you though, like he can tell.
If I walk up to the cat and I'm like, Apollo,
and you would like
you stupid
him.
fucking bitch, you little fucking stupid bitch, Apollo.
You like, I don't know.
Cat's not gonna be like.
You would ruffle his fur and like shit like that. I saw you. I saw you.
I'm not gonna. I can take.
Like not all the time, not every time, because obviously I would fucking break up with you.
Yeah.
Like the way that people treat service staff and animals is very telling of their personalities. If you treated my cat like shit, I wouldn't date you. Yeah. But like, there's sometimes when you'd piss him off a little bit.
Yeah, because he's a little fucking rascal and needs to be taught a lesson. Yeah. In my opinion.
You don't teach cats lessons.
But you
compromise until you come to a mutual agreement.
I would like to.
You're going to treat each other certain ways.
Before we continue this conversation, put out in the public sphere that my relationship to animals is normally quite positive.
I know.
You can attest to that.
But I will say that like when it comes to like dog ownership, you have to like assert your dominance right away.
Right.
You have to be like, don't teach him a lesson. He's got to learn. He's got to learn.
Right.
Cats, you don't do that with.
No, because you let them walk all over you.
You do to a certain extent.
You let them own the house.
In order to get them to like not scratch your furniture, instead of like shouting at them and squirting them with water, what you're really supposed to do is like buy them a scratching post and like scratch their paws on the scratching post so that they they learn to like associate that action with the scratching post and not your furniture. And then the cat is like, okay, I scratched this thing. Not this thing.
But I have a spine, so like I'm not gonna.
It's not not having a spine. This fucking cat. You grow like a strong mutual respect for each other by the end of your relationship. It's interesting.
No, yeah. I do like cats.
I respect it.
You've made me come around on cats.
They're very suave, yeah.
Well, it's funny because the amount of times that Apollo and when I was living with Sam and her mom, there'd be times when I didn't work the next day, so I'd be up late, like playing games, goofing around. Mm-hmm. And to describe Sam's sort of house, this one room, there's Apollo's stuff is littered around the perimeter of the room. His tower is in the corner.
You're talking about the sunroom?
The sunroom, which is right next to the fireplace, which is floating attached to the wall, which is right next to where the TV sits, which is in a sort of corner cabinet kind of thing. Now, there's then a banister that goes around the perimeter of the top of the room, where there's like photographs
precious family
photographs. Like really, really personal things.
Yeah.
And Apollo...
drawings of my former cats that my mom has made.
In the summer, Apollo made it his personal fucking mission to get up there.
Yeah.
And there was one night where I was sitting by myself, and I can hear this fucking cat. And he comes into the sunroom, bolts around the couch, jumps from the floor to the top of his tower, onto the fireplace, on top of the TV.
Yeah, it's like parkour.
But I was fucking ready for that little fucker. Because this is like the third time he's done this in the past like week. Yeah. So I had the spray bottle right next to me, right? And I can hear him coming, and I stand up, and I grab the spray bottle, and he jumps on the tower, and I'm like, Apollo.
Yeah.
And he jumps on the fireplace, and I'm like,
he like
Apollo.
looks at you while he's doing it too. Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna do it, and you're like, Apollo. He's like, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Because he's got this like wide eyes, like he's fucking high, right?
Yeah.
He's, I can't stop. Like, and then he jumps, and I swear to God, Sam,
he gets like fucking like he looks like he's done Molly.
Yeah.
Like his pupils expand to like the point where you can't even see the iris of his eyes.
And he's just like
dark. He's all like pupil,
tweaking as fuck. Like he's looking around, like he can barely keep it straight.
Yeah, he loses his fucking mind.
And he jumps on top of the TV, and I point the spray bottle at him, and he stops dead. Like, and I walk up to him, and he's just like doing the thing where like he like slowly backs away, like he's just trying to like, if I just keep this exact distance from this guy, he'll leave me alone. And it got to the point where he can no longer do that, and I just shook it.
Yeah.
And he ran.
Yeah.
I didn't have to spray him.
Yeah.
Because he knew that I was going to spray that little fucker. It's at the point now
where if he's doing something, all I have to do is turn on the faucet and he'll stop, because he like associates it with water, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna get sprayed.
Next time I come to your house, I'm gonna fill up the bathtub and just throw Apollo in it.
This is why he doesn't like you, because he can tell, he can hear it right now. We're in Mississauga right now.
He's listening to the podcast.
He fucking knows it.
Your mom's gonna be listening to the podcast, and Apollo's like, that motherfucker.
Hobbes doesn't know. I just talk shit about Hobbes. Hobbes sitting right there. She's like, I know who the fuck I am, and I do it again. Fuck you.
Because Hobbes doesn't give a shit.
But
Hobbes is not a petty bitch.
Apollo like fucking knows.
Yeah.
You know?
Because Apollo is a psychopath.
Like, yeah. Hobbes is just like, oh god.
Hobbes is 14. She doesn't give a shit.
Like, yeah, exactly.
An old woman.
Hobbes is like, you know, like a retired diva, you know? She's like Liza Minnelli, like Judy Garland at the end of her career, like fucking, I don't know, like a raspy-voiced former Hollywood starlet who is basically just like living on her wealth, waiting to die. And
wow,
like
it's pretty rude to Judy Garland. Like, is she dead?
She is dead. She died of like a drug overdose or something.
Oh.
She didn't die quietly.
That's a nice note to end the podcast on.
But or like complications because of all the drugs that she did or something like that. She had mental health issues. That's not the point. But Hobbes is just like, I need my filet mignon medium rare with this like exactly 3 sautéed mushrooms on the side, and if anything touches darling, I swear to God I'll put your head through a mirror.
Oh god, yeah.
And like that is Hobbes.
Oh, Hobbes went, so in order to
like she knows she's a fucking diva, and she's not changing anytime soon.
Yeah, in order to trick my dog into going to the bathroom,
yeah,
we have to give her treats when she comes back inside, so she can associate the behavior.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, when I go outside and relieve myself, they give me treats.
Yeah.
So the dog goes outside. I bring her inside. She went. So I'm like, okay, you get a treat. I break the treat in half and put it on the floor. She's looking at me like, what the fuck is this? What is this? I pick it up and I break it into quarters, put it back down, and she eats it.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah. Well, your dog won't eat bread without butter. I mean, we don't feed her human food anymore.
Yeah,
but when
her little stomach can't handle it
when
anymore.
your grandparents were around and they were, you know, spoiling her, she wouldn't eat bread without butter. She could tell that bread wasn't buttered, and she wouldn't eat it.
She needed that shit buttered.
Yeah. She's like, butter my fucking bread.
I do love her so much.
Butter my fucking bread, you
I love Apollo, too.
I love my cat so much. He's got so... I always joke that, like, it's not really a joke. Honestly, if I had a choice and I knew exactly what the cat was going to turn out to be, I probably wouldn't have adopted Apollo.
No, of course not.
He's not really my cat.
Well, you want a cuddly cat, and you got the least cuddly cat.
I wanted an adult cat, but my cousin Kelly, like, had a friend who had Apollo, and posted about him on social media. And around that time, I'd like convinced my mom to let us get a cat. And she was like, I want that cat.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, if you listen, I was shooting for adult cat because it's easier to convince you to get a cat that's already litter trained and like doesn't.
It's old, so it's gonna be tired,
and, like, slower, and like isn't gonna cause that much trouble. But if you want a kitten, I'm down to do a fucking kitten.
Well, the thing that bothers me, I shouldn't say bothers me, but that worries me about breeders and stuff like that is like when you see these ads.
I didn't, first of all, because we're gonna broadcast this to the world, so I need everybody to fucking know that I adopted my cat. I adopted him, and he wasn't from a breeder. So
okay, sure.
He's technically a rescue because Kelly's friend worked at a barn, and Apollo was one of the barn kittens.
Yeah.
And the boys were going to take a shovel to him because he was malnourished. And she was like, no, but like my cousin's friend already had like 1,000,000 trillion pets and couldn't keep him.
Yeah, you wonder where your cat has trust issues.
So we took him, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if no one adopts this cat,
he's stupid because he was malnourished and had to be taken away from his mother so young. He's not like. He doesn't fully know how to be a cat.
He's a pretty dumb fucking cat.
Yeah.
So
he's a little stupid.
No one adopts this cat. We're going to put him in the blender.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, good.
It wasn't, yeah. He was just like, barn cats serve a purpose, and Apollo was not surviving. So they were going to do like the natural selection thing. They were going to play God. They were going to play Darwin and just like kill him.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
To be honest.
He's a rescue, and he was not bred.
Yeah. And now he runs into walls for fun.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, that's a lie. He's never done that.
I've seen him.
He's never done that.
There's been times when I've been shining. So Apollo loves to chase light. So
he thinks he's chasing something. He's not running into a wall for fun.
Yeah,
you make him sound like he's like some weird. Like,
I would not put it above
some
Apollo.
Some weird like tweaked out like one of the alley cats from the Aristocats.
It pretty much is.
That's just like meow, like.
That noise you just made to say that Apollo isn't like that?
And just like runs into walls.
That noise you just made is a noise that Apollo makes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it fucking is.
No,
Are you kidding me?
No, it's not.
The amount of times that I've woken up to go to the bathroom.
Sorrowful, like, meow.
No, he's like,
no, it's not. That's not what the fuck he sounds like.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
That's so ignorant.
If you think that's what Sam's cat sounds like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't turn the listeners against that.
Yeah.
No. Listen. If you like owning cats or dogs, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And that is all the time we have for today.
That's ignorant. Comment, and subscribe if you think Cam's an ignorant slut.
Thank you. I will comment, and subscribe. Because I'm aware of that. I know who I am. Alrighty, folks.
All right,
thanks for listening to this episode of the Chill Spot Podcast. We'll be back whenever we decide to post these.
Yeah.
And then, our Twitters are in the description. Mm-hmm. Anything you'd like to end on, Sam?
Adopt, don't shop, folks.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. And watch Jeopardy. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.